Okay.
109.
109, right?
By the way, tomorrow at 7:30, right?
Tomorrow at 7:30, correct.
Okay.
So they used to distribute to the children, Kloyos v'goyz and Erev Pesach, they would distribute to the children nuts, Kadesh lo yishnu v'yishalu, so they would not go to sleep. And because they're getting these gifts, they would ask questions. Why is this happening? Which we want them to ask questions. Amar Lava Rabbi Kiva. Shai mechalik kloyos v'gozim l'tinokas berev Pesach kadesh lo yishnu v'yishalu. He would distribute these nuts, Erev Pesach, so that the children would not fall asleep. Tanya Rabbi Eliezer Omer choytfin matzos b'leilei psachim. They would grab, so there's a machlokes, what does this mean? Choytfin. Choytfin means grabbing. So the Rashbam says, Magbinas ka'ara, you raise the Seder plate. So bishvil tinoikas shiyishul, that's what he says, choytfin. The istam of farshi choytfin matzah, oichlin mo, you eat it fast. Shnei l'shon salalu pirish rabbeinu. The yesh garsinan matzois, not choytfin matzah, but matzois. Magbinas akar sheyesh bo matzu moror, u'shnei tavshilin. V'li ner choytfin, mesalkin es alecha miyada tinoikas, that means if they normally you feed children earlier than the adults eat dinner. So if they're eating matzah, if they eat too much, they're going to fall asleep. We don't want them to fall asleep, and because they won't ask questions, because they won't eat until they're full. And they'll ask questions regarding the various differences that they see going on. The halacha is tzarich lizdariz ba'achonas seder v'yeshulchana orach mibad yom. You should organize the table from daytime. Kedei lechol miyadim chashes. So you could go to eat right away. But they shemitzvah l'mayer lechol kedei shlo yishnu atinokes. Our minig for the last 50 years here in Los Angeles, people are giving divrei Torah. They're lengthening this. The halacha is supposed to eat quickly. You're supposed to get to the meal quickly so that otherwise the children are going to fall asleep. Tanya Rabbi Eliezer Oimer, Choytvin matzah b'leilei psachim b'shvil tinokas shlo yishanu. Tanya Amar Lava Rabbi Akiva, Miyamav lo yamar higia Islam l'veis hamedrash. He would always stay in this yeshiva and teach, except on 2 days. Chutz marvei psachim v'erev Yom HaKippurim. Erev Pesach b'shvil tinokas. He wanted the people to go home early. So that in order for the adults to keep the children up so they won't fall asleep. Erev Yom Kippur is to make sure that the people eat before Yom Kippur. Or by the way, the Rashbam says that the adults should go home Erev Pesach to give the children a nap, to make sure that they sleep during the daytime, not at the time of the Haggadah. Balabas is supposed to make sure that his wife and his sons are happy on Yontif. How do you make them happy? With wine. So Rabbi Yehuda Omer Anoshim B'roi Lehem. The Noshim B'roi Lehem. No. Men and women are different. Anoshim B'roi Lehem B'yayin. Men like to get drunk. They like to drink wine. Noshim b'mai. How do women are happy? Tony Rav Yosef b'bavel b'vigdei tzivonim, colored clothing. Be'eretz Yisrael b'vigdei pishton meguhotzim, or flax wear clothing made from linen that are well ironed. Tanya Rav Yosef b'zman shebeis hamidrash kaim ein simcha b'basar. When the Beis Hamikdash was around, they were giving korbanos. Simcha was eating meat. Shenemar v'zavachta shlami v'chalta sham v'samachta l'fnei Hashem lokecha. V'achshav shem beis hamidrash kayim ein simcha l'biyayin. Shenemar v'yayin yismach l'vav enosh. Now that there's no beis hamikdash, people are happy with meat. Excuse me, people are happy with wine because there is no meat because we don't have the korban pesach and we don't have korbanos. We're on Kuf Tes near the bottom. The measuring cup that was used to measure this fish juice, the Avibitzipori, he has kimin luga de migdasha, was the same as a revius halog that was used to measure the revius halug in the Beis Hamikdash. Uvamasham revius shel Pesach, and that's what the measuring that cup that they used to make sure that you drank a revius halog of yayin on Pesach. On Rav Yechon, Tanisa Kadmaisa, there used to be a measuring amount called a shminis, an eighth. David to Rav Yisera al Dariva. Was a little bigger than this revius. Uvamishon revius shel Pesach. They would use that to measure the revius shel Pesach. On Rav Chizda revius shel Torah, the revius of the Torah is 2 finger breaths. Ala etzboim al 2 finger breaths. Berum etzboim v'chetzi by 2.5 finger breaths. The revius yain of a nazir aloch l'mosh mesina, that's how much it is. Kedetanya, v'rochatz b'mayim es kol b'saro. Says you have to go to the mikvah when you're tummy. Number 1, you can't have a chatzitza between your flesh and the water. B'mayim means b'mei mikvah, in a mikvah. Es kol b'sar mayim shekol gufa ola behen. The volume of the water has to be the amount that a human being displaces. Kamahain, amo al ama berum sholosh amas. If you do it by square feet, it's 2 feet by 2 feet by 3 by 6 feet. Whatever that volume is, that's how much a mikveh has to be. Shir chacham shir may mikvah boim sa.
6 feet deep?
No, think about a square that's 2 feet by 2 feet by 6 feet.
2 by 2. Where does the 6 come
no,
in?
volume is a cube. It's a cube.
Yeah.
So it's like this. It's triple. It's 2 times 2 times 6.
Oh,
so 24 square feet.
That's what I'm asking.
24 cubic feet.
Okay, 6 is the height or the depth of the mikveh.
6 is the height. 2 feet by 2 feet by 6 feet. That's the 2 feet by 2 feet by 6 feet.
Yeah. Very small in size.
Well,
no?
24 square feet. That's not that small. It's 40 saw.
Yeah, no, but it's narrow. I mean,
That's how much volume a human being displaces.
Oh, okay.
There was a shulchan that they put the lechem apanim on. Shel prokim of it was like an erector set. It was made up of parts that you could take it apart. The Isaac if it was all one piece, how would the shulchan was an amma by an amma? How would you be toivelit? So my question, Shlomo Melech built a circular pool that was called Yam Shel Shlomo, that held 150 times 40 saw. It held 6,000 saw because it was 10 feet deep. It was 10 amas deep, 20 feet deep, and the circumference was like pi. It was 30. The circumference was 30 amos. So 60 feet around and 20 feet deep. So certainly you could be toivel a shulchan in such a place. Then it says v'lo yifchasu lo me'arba. you should never have less than arba koises. Now, there is a concept of zugos. You should not drink a pair of wine glasses. Well, 4 is 2 times 2. So that's a problem. That's called zugos, which would lead to demons coming. So how could the Gemara wants to, how could the Chacham be misakin something that is part of his warning to stay away of doublets? Latanya, lo yochel adam tray. Person shouldn't drink 2 cups of anything. V'lo yishta tray. V'lo yikanech tray. Shouldn't wipe himself twice. V'lo yaset tzrochav tray. Should go to the bathroom twice. So how could the Chazal establish a din of arba koises? Amar Rav Nachman Amar Kra, Leil Shimurim. The night of Pesach is a watched night. Hashem watched over us. Leil Amishumur Uvam Amizikim. We are watched over even from the demons. Rava Amar Koshel Bracha Mitzraf L'Toiva. That a koshel bracha that you make, for example, you bench the made Pesach, so it's not just one of the arba koises, it's part of a mitzvah. So it's mitztarev to the mitzvah of arba koises. So it leads to 5, not 4. Ravina says each cup was established sort of independently. 1 for Kiddush, 1 for Magid, 1 for benching, 1 for Halal. Therefore, mitzvah vapi nafshehu, each, it's not a pair, or it's not 2 times 2. Each one is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. That's how you get 4.
All right.
Okay, tomorrow we'll learn at 7:30.
Okay, shkoyach, honey.
Yashakai.